Hello, dear students. My name is Bankeswar Panigrahi, faculty, BCA department, Chikati Mahavidyalaya. So, in our last class, we have discussed about the LAN technologies and the different types of physical equipments used in LAN connection. So today we are going to discuss about a new topic, that is broadband and baseband LAN. So generally, the broadband and basebands are transmission mediums which are having the capability to transmit signals within it from one location to another location. Whenever a communication is established, we must need a transmission medium to communicate with each other. So, we are using either broadband or baseband channels or mediums according to our uses. So first we may go to the broadband LANs. So broadband LANs are the communication mediums that can carry wide range of signal frequencies of audios and videos, etc. In telecommunications, the significance of a broadband system is that it can carry television and video conferencing data as well as voice calls. That means the broadband LAN is capable of transmitting both the analog and digital signals and multiple signals at a time. So here that is given, a broadband medium can be made to carry many signals at once by apportioning its total bandwidth into many independent channels, each of which carries only a specific range of frequencies. That means it has the capacity, the broadband channel or medium has the capacity to carry many signals at a time. So the broadband mediums or channels are also called as multi-channel mediums. Okay. So into the notes. So broadband LANs, which are most unusual, supports multiple transmissions via multiple frequency channels. So this is the diagrammatic representation of baseband. Uses the UTP coaxial cable, UTP cable and fiber optic cable. That means baseband is only capable to transmit the digital signals. Here it is the diagrammatic representation of digital signal flow, and this is the diagrammatic representation of analog signal flow, which is transmits through the broadband LANs by using different types of cables, coaxial cable or fiber optic cables. So these are the diagrams. So broadband LANs are multi-channel analog LANs as shown in the figures. So here are the advantages and the disadvantages of the broadband LAN. So advantages are data, voice and video can be accommodated on broadband channel. That means both the data, voice and video can be transmitted by using the broadband channels. It is used for long distances and it is also used for higher bandwidth. Okay. So what are the disadvantages here? Cable design is one of the disadvantages, and due to it is used in longer distances, that's why it requires regular maintenance and it requires high cost due to it uses modems. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of broadband LANs. Next, we may go for the baseband LAN. So baseband LAN, it is a single channel that supports a single communication at a time. But broadband LAN, that is the multi-channel and that supports multiple communications at a time. Okay, so they are digital in nature. So here the bandwidth of baseband LAN is 1 to 100 Mbps provided over coaxial cables, UTP cables, STP cables and fiber optic cables. That means here the bandwidth used in baseband LAN is 1 to 100 Mbps only. Okay. But in case of broadband LAN, we are using the higher bandwidths. So here the distance limitations depends on the medium employed and the specifies of the LAN protocol. That means it does not use in long distances, but it is used in medium and short distances communications based on the LAN protocols. Next, baseband LAN physical topologies. It includes are ring, bus, tree and star topology. That means the technique of baseband LAN or the physical topologies used baseband LANs are ring topologies, bus topology, tree topology and also star topology. So another point is there. So baseband LANs are by far the most popular and the most highly standardized. So next we are using the broadband LANs in case of token passing systems and token rings and FDDI LANs. They are intended for data as data communications. After all, the primary reason for the existence of LANs. So here the advantages are, it is simple to implement, it uses lower cost due to it does not used in large distances. So negligible maintenance is required due to also it is not used for long distances and it does not requires any sophisticated equipments. So what are the disadvantages here? It is used for limited distances and it transfers data and voices only. Okay, so these are the disadvantages of baseband LANs. So here is the example related to the voice broadband and baseband LANs. So it is given here to understand the basic differences between both the technologies, that is baseband and broadband LANs. Consider the baseband as a railway track and the broadband as a highway. That means in broadband, as we have studied, that broadband we are using it as a multi-channel, but in case of baseband LAN we are using it as a single channel. That means by using the baseband LANs we can transmit only one signal at a time, but in case of using the broadband medium we are using the multiple channels of multiple different frequencies, we can travel through it. Okay, so that's why it is given here, consider the baseband as a railway track and the broadband as a highway. Like at a time only one train can go on a railway track. In the baseband transmission only one data signal can be transmitted at a time. Unlike a railway track on a highway, multiple vehicles can go simultaneously. For example, on a 3-lanes highway, 3 vehicles can go at the same time. Same as a highway, in the broadband transmission, multiple data signals can be transmitted at the same time. So this is the diagrammatic representation of broadband and baseband example. This is the railway track, and this is the highway track where multiple vehicles can go simultaneously. That is related to the broadband, where also the multiple signals can travel simultaneously in case of broadband. And this is the diagrammatic representation of the railway track where one train can go at a time. That means it is related to the baseband where the data signals, one signal can go at a time through the baseband mediums. That's why it is related to the track, railway track, and broadband is related to the highway track. Okay, so then we may go to the differences between the broadband and baseband LAN. So in case of baseband transmission, we are using the digital signals only, but in broadband transmission we transmit analog signals. So to boost signal strength, we use repeaters in case of baseband transmission, and in case of broadband transmission, to boost signal strength, we use the amplifiers. In case of baseband transmission, we can transmit only a single data stream at a time, but in case of broadband transmission, we can transmit multiple signal waves at a time. It supports, baseband transmission supports bidirectional communication simultaneously, and broadband transmission supports unidirectional communication only. So baseband transmission supports TDM based multiplexing, and broadband transmission supports FDM based multiplexing. FDM means frequency division multiplexing, and the baseband, the TDM means time division multiplexing. Okay, it uses the baseband medium uses coaxial cable, twisted pair wire, and fiber optic cables, but the broadband transmission uses radio waves, coaxial cables, and fiber optic cables. So the baseband LAN used mainly in Ethernet LAN networks, and the broadband transmission mainly used in cable and telephone networks. So this is all about the broadband and baseband transmission. So the conclusion is both the baseband and broadband LANs are the transmission mediums we are using as of our need. When we want to transmit multiple signals at a time with multiple ranges or frequencies of analog signals, then we may go for the broadband transmission or broadband medium. And when we want to transmit some digital signals within a small distance, okay, within a small bandwidth, then we may go for the baseband mediums. Okay, so these are all about the broadband and baseband LANs. Thank you.